Hello, everybody. This is Derek, aka No One on YouTube. Thank you for clicking on my video. And I'm very, very excited because, as you can see, I'm a huge Kitty fan, and I've been a fan since 25 years ago. And speaking of 25, they just released, or I should say, well, they released a new release of a re-release of their classic song Spit. Now, for anybody who may not be familiar with Kittie, they are a pioneer metal band. And I say metal band because, yes, they are made up of females, but they are not a female metal band. They are a metal band, and they happen to be all female. So, the band is comprised with the co-founders and two sisters, Morgan and Mercedes Lander. Morgan is the singer, the lead vocalist, and the guitarist, and the drummer is Mercedes. Amazing musicians, and the lineup right now consists of Tara McLeod for the lead guitar, and then also Ivy Jenkins, and she is the bassist. And also, Ivy has her own channel where she's doing like bass videos. I'll put that in the description so that you can go follow Ivy. And her husband, Jeff Jenkins, is in the band Split Fuse. And be on the lookout because there's going to be an interview with Jeff coming up soon. So I'm going to have Split Fuse's information in the description as well as Kittie's. But I have been waiting because it was rumored. I don't know, like, how anybody heard, but it was rumored that Kittie was going to do some, that they were going to re-record stuff from their debut release, Spit, which came out 25 years ago. So this version of Spit is called Spit 25 with the Roman numerals. And 25 because it's been 25 years of its release, as well as it being 2025. So here we go, Spit 25. I don't really want to talk too much because it's not even a long song, as anybody knows. It's 2 minutes and 43 seconds of a song, and I'm just going to play it all the way through, and then I may go back and kind of like talk about like what I observed, I'm just excited, okay? And number one, I'm not a morning person, okay? And so I have my everyday coffee dose over here, my mushroom coffee that I always get. And if nothing wakes me up other than the mushroom coffee, it should be Kittie. So, okay, everyone, here we go. Spit 25.
What I call spit. Why do I get shit all the time from you, man? You ask why you think dick is the answer, but it's not. Why do I get shit all the time from you, man? You ask why you think dick is the answer, but it's not.
Straight up hardcore metal. Okay, so there's a lot to I just wanted to be in the moment. That's why I did not want to pause it or anything like that. Now, I love the cinematography in the video. It's very it has a dark cadence to it. And first of all, let me also say, in addition to the cinematography, that the girls look, these young ladies, I should say, look absolutely amazing. Every single one of them. There's Miss Ivy, Miss Jenkins, Mrs. Jenkins, I should say. Is that I think that's a 5-string bass, which is pretty cool. Hold on a second. Okay, so there's Morgan, and she looks fantastic too. Now remember, for those of you that don't know, Kittie literally formed when they were like in their early teen years. And when they were recording the album Spit, they were still in high school. And so they were literally bringing their books into the studio and doing their homework in the studio as they were recording this song originally 25 years ago. So now they're like early 40s, right? Maybe even just 40. But they look absolutely amazing. Look at Mercedes there. She looks amazing. I don't know if she's been working out, but très bien. All the girls look fabulous. They look fierce. I'm trying to get a shot of Tara, the lead guitarist. They just all look amazing. Musically, they did change it just a little tiny bit. How long is the original Spit? Let me see. And Poppy did a cover version of it, and it's 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Oh, pretty much the same as this one. There were a few different things. Let me just kind of go back to the beginning. So the beginning riff is the same, but it's a little darker and heavier. And by the way, Morgan's screams are so amazing. You know, when she was younger and when they did this 25 years ago, Morgan was just coming into her vocals, you know. I mean, she had amazing clean vocals, and she had that, you know, growly growl and rasp, you know. You could hear it in Charlotte, in the song Charlotte. But by the time they recorded their second album, because the first album was, you could consider it, that was a new metal album, and they were touring and headlining with Slipknot and Ozfest, and they were touring with like Deftones and I think Limp Bizkit, but somebody can correct me if that's wrong. But so they were considered new metal in 2000 or 1999, you know, when Spit was released. But when they recorded their second album, they totally strayed and broke away from the new metal sound, and they went more into a like a death metal, groove metal sound with death metal style vocals. And Morgan, I don't know if she had any kind of like coaching or whatever, but for her to go from the Spit album to the Oracle album and to have perfected her growl, all you have to do is like listen to their cover of Run Like Hell from Pink Floyd, and brutal. The Oracle album was brutal. Mouthful of Poison, Pain. Oh my God, there's so many songs on there. But anyways, so to hear her do, because the first word that they say is coward. So listen to this scream. it's a little prolonged. Now, if you listen to the original one, here's the original. You can hear that the new one is just a little bit heavier. See? And that's awesome for a 15-year-old, right? That had no vocal training or anything. And it's interesting. The beginning riff was just in the left ear. Let me hear that riff again in the new one. Okay, it is in the left ear, but it's definitely, there's a heavier tone to it. I love that prolonged coward, and the growl sounds so good. Now, in the original one, there are some clean vocals, like when she goes into actually when she says spit. So in this one, she's just doing growl. Yep. And prolonging that spit. Spit. What they call spit. So I love that. That's amazing. Now in the regular version, not the regular, the original.
The guy who crept through the shadows every day.
Clean. Growl. Okay, so now in this one, see, they're keeping it heavy. So they're keeping it all heavy growls. I don't think there were any cleans in this one, were there? Let's. I like the repeat of that. The and is prolonged again. And that was like an extra little growl on that spit.
May your death come quickly. What the hell?
So you can hear that she's younger. Like when she said you trusted the devil and she will betray you, the way Morgan said it this time was just a little bit more sinister sounding. Let me see if I can find it.
You know you will never be one of the other one who know you trusted the devil, you will betray you.
So, and then let's hear it this way. And they added an extra riff here. Did you hit that drum fill from Mercedes? That wasn't in the original. Loved it. Oh, I think I heard a vocal layering, like Morgan's vocal layering underneath the spit. I think I heard a lower spit. Oh, in the background, I heard it. Yep, I heard it in here. And I like the difference in that O part. And it was just slightly different here. Just sounded more adult, I guess you could say. Now, in the original, it doesn't have the spoken parts in it. So it just has kind of like the heavy breathing. Okay, so in this one, well, they don't. Hold on a second. So instead of the heavy breathing, they have like this creepy whispering in it.
Why do I get shit all the time from you, man? You ask why you think it is the answer, but it's not. Why do I get shit all the time from you, man? You ask why you think it is the answer, but it's not.
Now, did they have that ending scream? Okay, so no, they didn't end it with the scream in the original. That was awesome. They look amazing. I don't know what Mercedes been doing. Has she been working out? She looks fantastic. You go, girl. And that was just a treat. I almost kind of want to like watch this all the way through again. Would any of you guys like complain? I mean, it's only a 2-minute and 40-second video, but now, okay, so let me just say that as far as like, if there's a storyline to the video, I didn't really catch it. Oh, by the way, I love Morgan's Solar guitar, and I want to get one. Man, she looks amazing. I mean, I noticed that there was like a bird in somebody's hand. I'm not quite sure who these ladies are in this jungle. It kind of reminds me a little bit of their previous video, Fire, where they kind of had like a Blair Witchy kind of feel to it. So I'm not quite sure who they are. They're dressed in white. Hold on a second. There they were again. Now, well, there's them running. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I see 3 there. And it's none of the band members, so I'm not quite sure. So if any of you Kittie fans got the inside scoop, let me know in the comment section. Who are these women in this band? I'm sorry, in this video. And I'm trying to, it just kind of takes me back to the Charlotte video where all the girls, the young girls were coming out and they were running in the fields. In all white. I'm not saying it's connected. I'm just saying it reminds me of that. And then the feel, the cadence of the video just kind of reminds me a little bit of the very last video they came out with last year from the Fire album, which was the title track, Fire. And it kind of had like this Blair Witchy kind of feel. So I'm kind of wondering, as far as like the storyline of the video, because, you know, I commented on the girls' appearance and their outfits, and they look totally metal and just amazing. I commented on the differences that I can hear a little bit in this different version of the music. And so I kind of want to just look a little bit at the video itself. Okay, there's those ladies again. And they're walking in the jungle.
Follow those girls who speak contradictions. The guy who crept through the shadows every day. Two punches of conclusion. Watch all the blood as it drips from your veins. You killer God's me. May your death come quickly. May your death come quickly.
And there's only 3 of them.
Watching.
So when they were first running out, I saw 4. But I think for the rest of the time, they're only going to show 3. So they're focusing on 3 out of the 4. So trying to figure this out, or at least just get the pieces. And it may be like after the reaction that I do a little research and find out. But okay, so there's like this scenery of them biting into a fruit. Now, is that kind of going back to the biblical account of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, where Eve is like biting into the forbidden fruit? I don't know. Sometimes, metal can have like this symbolic metaphors and things like that in their music or videos. Well, maybe that was her spitting out the forbidden fruit. I don't know. Or it could mean totally something different. It may not have anything to do with that. Sometimes you could bite into a fruit and it could be a little spoiled when you didn't realize it, and then you spit it out. So because this is about like, not a good relationship by any mean, for all the girls who speak contradictions, and then the guy who crept through the shadows every day to clutch his own conclusions. So maybe it's representing, I don't know, getting involved in a relationship and finding out that it's rotten. The guy is rotten, and that's why she says, watch all the blood as it drips down your face, you coward, so I don't know. Let me keep on going and see what else she's spitting out again. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so when she was spitting out first, the fruit is in her hand, but then I noticed it was on the ground. She's biting into it. Spitting it out. And there we saw it on the ground. Okay, you know what? I'm just trying. There we go. Okay, so now it's on the ground, and it's interesting. It's covered in some kind of black goo. So again, could be representing rottenness, something dark, something sinister, evil, overtaking the fruit. So I'm not quite sure. These are just observations and just first thoughts coming to my mind. I could be completely off. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly what that is. Is that like a bunch of pillows or? Okay. It's a fast-moving song, so obviously the clips are going to be fast-moving, but let me fast-forward this because are these supposed to... Okay, this definitely looks like a dead body. And then it looks like that fruit is placed on top of it, but are all of these like also body bags, but empty? Did this woman just unalive this other one? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so we've got like somebody biting into the fruit. I'm not going to say forbidden fruit because I'm not quite sure if that's what that represented. Someone biting into the fruit. I'm imagining it that it was rotten and spoiled. She spits it out. Maybe this is the one who bit into it and it unalived her. Maybe this other one is just had to walk by it and go, I'm not eating that fruit, but I'm not quite sure. Now, I know Kitty said on Instagram that they're going to have an interview with somebody and they're going to talk about the video. So I don't want to get too much into this, except for just kind of like just observing things, saying something of my, my first thoughts. They could all be wrong. So when I watch this interview, and I'll probably react to it too, but I'm imagining that these are, I don't know, you guys can let me know what you think that this is, but okay, there they are again. And there's that bird again. Okay, so did the bird eat of the fruit as well? I mean, that's a sad-looking bird. And they're all still wearing the white dresses. We know that white symbolizes purity and cleanness, but the bird does not look clean at all or healthy by any means. So is the bird metaphorical to maybe the girl that's in the relationship in this song? Not quite sure. Again, may have nothing to do with that. I'm just throwing some questions out there until I get it answered. By the way, can we just acknowledge Morgan's little dance there? That's such a great riff. Okay, so did you see that two of the ladies are now fighting in the water? Their hands are around their necks. So, and it's interesting. These ladies are fighting. So it's not like a guy and a girl or the girl attacking the guy because of his nonsense. The lyrics at the very end of the song says, I don't want this from you men. You are swine. You think is the answer, but it's not. So that's what they're saying at the very end of the song. But the video may not have anything to do with the actual song. So I'm just kind of like throwing my thoughts out there. Love that fill. Okay. So did they just show like a second unalived person? Okay, there it was. Okay, because they're still fighting in the water, and the one is really trying to drown the other one. So does this mean she's unalived? Because now you don't see the other woman with her hand around her throat. So yeah, she looked unalive there. Oh, there's the shot. Yeah, the thing is pulled over her eyes, over her face, and this is not the same one as we saw at the beginning of the video, because that one had the fruit, the rotten fruit with the black gook on it. I don't know if that was like from The Grudge or something like that, like the movie The Grudge, but I'm trying to figure out the story to the actual video, and it's a 2-minute and 43-minute video, so they've packed a lot in here. Butterflies can metaphorically symbolize change, transformation, kind of like in The Silence of the Lambs, right, with Buffalo Bill. But I'm not saying there's a connection. I'm just thoughts are just going. Let's keep on going and to see like catch these other little pieces from the video. All right, rain. Hold on a second. Was that the same bird, but now it's just kind of unalived and has a little red stuff on it? Is that a hand going on it? Yeah. Okay, so not quite sure what the symbolism is there. I'm not quite sure if the bird was already unalive, but why would the hand be like smashing it? And by the way, Kitty loves animals, so this is not like some. Just want you to all know they love their cats, and Mercedes, she loves her cats too. So who is this woman now? It looks like she's got flowers like around her. Is this like some mystical character? Maybe taken from mythology or something? There's got to be something to this that I'm not seeing or understanding.
Why do I get shit all the time from you, man? You ask why you think it is the answer that it's not. Why do I get shit all the time from you, man? You ask why you think it is the answer that it's not.
It's very interesting as they're focusing on this last woman because she is just like arrayed in all these flowers. Hold on a second. Like, look at that. It's like she's, I don't know. Did she merge? You know, like Poison Ivy from Batman or something? Did she just merge into nature? Or is she this? I'm just not quite sure. Questions. I have questions. And I know that the interview, if they get into detail on the video, may answer some of these questions. They're showing the band members with fire. Did you see that? The look on her face? It was definitely a sinister look. All right, so there she is right there. It almost looks like a swing, like she's on a swing. That's like she's got like a crown on her head. So I'm not quite sure. Again, the symbolism. Okay, there it was. I'm probably making this 2-minute and 43-second video into like 2 hours. But, oh, there we go. Okay, so she's got that like sinister. So I'm not quite sure how it's connected to everything else. Let's play it out, the rest of it. Well, there you have it, everybody. That was Spit 25 by Kitty, released today, August 20th, 2025. And I found it very, very interesting. I loved the updated sound. I loved Morgan's growl. I loved everything about it, from the way the band looks. They looked amazing. I love the way they sounded. That's the most important. I love the cinematography, and I'm not quite sure the story. So I'm still a little about the storyline in here. It doesn't look, just from right now, it doesn't appear to be connected to like the lyrics of the song, but I could be wrong again. I'm not an interpreter. I don't work for the UN. But this was amazing. So Kitty fans, if you're watching this reaction, and if you've stuck with me this long, because I believe right now this is up to, it's not even telling me. Holy crap, this is like a 39-minute video. Well, I'm gonna chop some stuff out, so we'll see like how long this actually turns out to be. But let me go ahead. I literally just I was saying I'm gonna make a 30-minute video out of a 2-minute and 43-second song. So let me go ahead and stop this. But I'm going to have the link to the original video. This is released by Sumerian Records because that's what Kittie signed up to when they released their previous full album, Fire, which they released after a 13-year hiatus because Kittie's last full album before they released Fire in 2024 was I Failed You. And that was an amazing album, very underrated. And then they went on a 13-year hiatus, and then they released a documentary, which you guys must watch. If I can find it on YouTube, I'll put the link to the documentary. And then they did a reunion with previous band members, and they did like these incarnations of the different eras, and they did it in concert. And I have the full show uploaded on my channel. I'll put that link in there too, so if you want to watch it. And but yeah, so they were invited to do like a few festivals, like around 2022, 2023, I believe. So that was like literally just coming out of the pandemic and all of that stuff. But I think they did like When We Were Young, and they did like a few other festivals. And then a friend of theirs that works at Sumerian, I forgot his name. Was it Art? I can't remember his name. But he approached them and said, hey, you guys want to do another album? I'm with Sumerian, and we'd love to have you do another album. And poof, we got the album Fire, which, by the way, is fire. Like, if you haven't, they have 5 video releases on there. The first one was Eyes Wide Open, which is the heaviest track on the album. So it's like a groove metal with death metal vocals. They did We Are Shadows, where there's a combination of cleans and vocals, and it has like a great, almost like nu metal guitar riff in it to kind of like, I don't know, I guess go back to a little bit to their roots. A great section in the bridge where it's just Morgan growling and everything, but it's just an amazing song. Then they released Vultures, which was a new song that they were performing prior to doing the Fire album, and great song as well. All aggressive, and if I'm not mistaken, all growls as well. And then they did One Foot in the Grave, which is the most radio-friendly sounding song of the album, which is why a lot of people also liked it. And then other people were just kind of like, that one's not my favorite. I love it. It's very anthemic, so when you're in concert, it's like something to sing along to. It's one of those like We Will Rock You by Queen or I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett, where there's like that, where you chant. And then the last single that they did was The Fire, and that was the one that I was talking about. Was kind of like a little Blair Witchy kind of thing. But anyways, if you haven't seen those videos, you got to check those out. Kittie made a comeback last year, and they're continuing on. And so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave all those descriptions. I'll leave all those links that I mentioned about in the description, as well as all of Kittie's socials. I'm going to have that so that you can go follow them. Go on their page, on Sumerian's page, click like, click subscribe, follow the band. And if they're coming to your area, buy concert tickets, go support the artists. That's how they make their money. That's how they support themselves as a band. So buy concert tickets, get merchandise, go on their website, see what merch they got available, purchase the CDs, the vinyls, all of the above. If you like this video, then I hope that you will also press like on here, and I hope that you will subscribe. I also have an Instagram that I just started, No One Entertainment, and then I have a Discord that I just started as well that you can join, and then we can talk about like all kinds of stuff over there. And if you'd like to make a request via Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, the links are going to be in the pinned comment down below. Kittie rocks. They've been back now for a couple years now, and obviously with this release, they're coming on. They're still going strong. And this is just like a release from an EP that is coming out. I checked it out on Spotify. This is the only one that's released. So I pre-saved it on Spotify. And it has, I believe, 4 other songs from the Spit album that they re-recorded and redid. to modernize it. So, and that was the rumor that everybody was talking about. Like, I think they're going to get together and like redo some of the Spit songs. And I was like, where is everybody getting that information from? And I still don't know where they got the information from, but they were all right. They were correct. So, anyways, I'm going to end this. Thank you so much, everybody. What a way to start a Monday with my everyday coffee, and then with some kitty, right? So, anyways, you guys rock and enjoy the rest of this Monday and enjoy the rest of the week. Peace out.